Fellas, there are 6 dangerous women. Fellas, there are 6 dangerous women you must avoid at all costs. A woman who treats other men as friends and keeps them close. She is a flirt and a master manipulator. Those men are your replacements. Avoid her. A woman who only cares about your looks and brings you no real commitment. She is a shallow drifter and will leave you broken. Avoid her. A woman who is self-centered, arrogant, and a taker, who doesn't listen to you, dismisses your opinions and belittles your feelings. She is a self-centered fool who will make you feel small. Avoid her. A woman who is angry, bitter, never finds peace within herself. She will bring chaos into your life and give you no rest. Avoid her. A woman who constantly disrespects you, belittles your worth, and never values you. She doesn't deserve a place in your life. Avoid her. Walk away from her and avoid her. A woman who hides things from you, keeps secrets, and leads a double life. She is a deceiver who will betray your trust. Run and avoid her. Fellas, there are 6 dangerous women you must.
I'd like to give more praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Kwakadash and salutations and double honor to the elders and apostles and brothers who are laboring in the truth, doing the work diligently, night and day and night. And to you, sincere sisters who are taking care of your homes, taking care of your children, loving yourself, having respect for yourself, loving your husbands, loving Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and learning in silence. But yeah, so that was a very powerful message, what the lady said. The Benjamite woman, I believe she's a Benjamite. She was saying something really important, man, not to discourage or disrespect or make men feel some kind of way or women feel some kind of way. She's only stating the obvious. She's stating what is out here in this world. She's stating what's going on, okay? And when you see this type of behavior, it's a clear sign and indication and red flags that, that's being shown. Sometimes these women hide it so well, you would never pick it up, But give us some time because certain women can play a double life, and they don't tell you. Some women tell you, right, blatantly, right, to let you know what's going on, right, and I have women that tell me blatantly because I let them talk. I give them the floor to talk. I listen. I'm a very, very good listener. So when women say certain things, I take it for face value. I don't take it lightly. Everything I take it seriously. Even if they think that they may be joking, I take it seriously. So let me explain something to you. A woman only reveals things because she's comfortable to you, or she's telling you without telling you that's who she is. Because subconsciously, they may think that by them telling you something, it's doing something for them, for their soul satisfaction, or they want you to know. But they're also telling you and warning you that's who they are. So you got to be very, very mindful. You got to have wisdom. You got to have understanding. You got to have knowledge and understand that the only way that the Lord is going to get you out from that type of turmoil with these type of women is that you got to trust in him, because he's going to open your eyes and see the true them. You know what I'm saying? Don't let people deceive you based on their talk, or it's the actions. Action always show who they really are, okay? And if you can't match what you're saying, then it's full of shit. Because every time we put our life or into something and it doesn't give us anything in return, you're just hurting yourself. You're damaging what's real. You know what I'm saying? Which is your life. You don't want your life to get caught in jeopardy, man. You don't want to lose your life based on decisions that you thought that someone had the same interest as you did. You can't trust people, all right? The only one you could trust is Yahweh Shai. People have to earn your trust to show loyalty, because as time goes on, if people are not giving you if people are not giving you what you looking for, you know what I'm saying, as far as like where your standards lie at and your boundaries, and they're not respecting that, that you can't have them in your life. You can't have them in your life, man. You gotta trust Yahweh Bashem Shah, man. Because the Lord talk to you inside. He'll tell you. When people say, oh, you know, I had a gut feeling, that's the Lord telling you that. You know, people say, I got a gut feeling. It's like, that's a very popular saying. Oh, I got a gut feeling. So anyway, the woman was breaking down these 6 type of women. And these type of women were, you know, very, 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 very evil, man. And these were the traits of Jezebel. Okay, they had a Jezebel spirit. I want to go to the book of Judges, the 19th chapter. It's going to talk about a woman who she had committed whoredom, and we're going to read this part real quick, and we're gonna get a lesson from this, because a lot of these women go out here and they play so much games. They get upset that men catch on to the games, and they don't allow them, you know, they don't the women get mad at the men. When they catch them, they get mad because the men are not allowing the women to keep pulling that foolishness and that rhetoric, and you know, and it's buffoonery, you know. And you got a lot of women that protects foolish debauchery. So when they do these things, it's a clear sign that they agree with the bad behavior. So when they say when you see a person that hang with that kind of person, 2 birds flock together, they are the same kind. You understand? Because you never seen a crow hang with a pigeon. You never see a dove hang with a hawk. You don't see that. Okay? Even birds understand separation. Even humans understand separation. Because if I'm a children of Israel, right? If I'm the children of Israel, why am I hanging with Edomites? Why am I hanging with Amalekites? Like hanging with East Indians and Amalek and Jews, the Jewish people, and Elam and all these people, Moab and Ham. I'm not hanging with them. I don't hang with them because I don't have friends from those nations. Do I know friends from those nations? Of course. Have I went to school with them? Of course. But we're not the best of friends. Not because I hate them. It's because they're not my people. And I just don't see myself with them, because they're not going to understand the ordinance and the power of my God that I serve. So as they have their own gods and their own power and they serve, so they're not going to hang with me, because I don't serve false deity. So that's what separates me from them. Not because I hate them, because hatred is not in my heart. It's just the fact that I know where I stand, and I respect men, and men men will respect me because I respect men. I'm not out here doing foolishness. So do I work with these type of people? Of course, they're on my job. I talk to them. You know, I have to work with them, but I don't in any means disrespect people. Okay, so let's read here the book of Judges, and we're going to show the significance of what this lady was saying in the Instagram post. Okay, it said, this is the book of Judges 19. It said, and it came to pass in those days when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the side of Mount Ephraim, who took to him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah, verse 2. All right, and his concubine played the whore against him. So okay, so there was a particular man, a Levite man, who took a woman from Bethlehem, Judah. So I believe that she was a Judite. Okay, and took her as a concubine, right? A concubine, not a wife. So I'm assuming he had wives. Okay, here it is. Played the whore against him. She played the whore against him, and went away from him unto her father's house to Bethlehem, Judah, and was there 4 whole months. So she was there for 4 months, right? She was there for 4 months. Verse 3, and her husband arose and went after her to speak friendly unto her, and to bring her again, having his servant with him. and a couple of asses, meaning like donkeys, right? And she brought him into her father's house. And when the father of the damsel saw him, he rejoiced to meet him. He's like, oh, wow, oh, this is your husband, wow, 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 wow. The father was like, oh, okay, this was going on. Verse 4, and his father-in-law, the damsel's father, retained him, right? And he abode with him 3 days, meaning like he built with him, started to know him for 3 days, right? So they eat, so they did eat and drink and lodge there. Verse 5, and it came to pass on the 4th day, when they arose early in the morning, that he rose up to depart. And the damsel's father said unto his son-in-law, comfort thy heart with a morsel of bread, and afterward go your way. Right? Okay. I'll read some more. I'm going to read down. All right. And they sat down and did eat and drink both of them together. For the damsel's father had said unto the man, be content, I pray thee, and tarry all night, and let thine heart be merry. Verse 7, and when the man rose up to depart, his father-in-law urged him. Therefore he lodged there again. Verse 8, and he arose early in the morning on the 5th day to depart. And the damsel's father said, comfort thine heart, I pray thee. And they tarried until afternoon. And they did eat both of them. And when the man rose up to depart, he and his concubine and his servant, his father-in-law, the damsel's father, right, said unto him, behold, now the day draweth toward evening. I pray you, tarry all night before the day go to an end. Lodge here, that thine heart may be merry, and tomorrow get you early on your way, that thou mayest go home. Okay? All right, so give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. All right, guys. Yeah, my bad. So it clearly says that I guess he did take up his wife. When you read more down here, I'm sorry, I apologize. She was a concubine, but when you read more down, she started to do more wicked things. When you go down here, right? Let's jump down to damn, I want to read this real quick. Hold on a second, guys. So yeah, so the reason why I'm reading this is because when women commit adultery and she do evil to her man, whether she a concubine or not, you're supposed to be loyal to that man. Once she do something wrong or entertain a man or be in another man's presence, you don't violate it. So, and this is what the Lord feels towards us when we go against his word and we cheat on him. The Lord said we are an adulterous nation, adulterous generation. Yes, literally that we done adultery, but as a nation, we have committed adultery against the Lord. We have committed all type of whoredom, all kind of wickedness, man. And we have believed in other deities, other gods, and the Lord was so hurt. You know, he said, man, I'm gonna kill y'all, man. But the Lord still had for forever mercy. And we constantly disrespect the Lord by choosing to worship idols, and which is idolatry, and doing witchcraft and sorcery and all these things. But this is a lesson that I'm going to show that the children of Israel, that women particularly, when you're doing evil, there's consequences for your evil. Right? Look what happened to Jezebel. She got killed and destroyed and threw out the tower, and the dogs tore and ripped her apart. Look at this woman here. Okay? I ain't gonna get into it yet, but she got done dirty here. And then I believe it was in the book of Acts, I believe. I might be wrong. I think it was the book of Acts, where it was a husband and a woman, a husband and his wife. They went to collect some money, I believe, or rather, or something. I think he lied, right? or she lied, and one of them knew that one was lied and tried to cover each other, and the Lord struck him down. You know, I think he gave that man a heart attack or something. And then the girl, did she die right after? She died right then and there. So when you defending women and if your woman is wicked and you defending her wickedness, you wicked too. And judgment gonna be just as severe for you too, for you dudes. So don't justify her wickedness, man. You know, you gotta hold her accountable. I don't care if she get upset with you and she get mad, because when the prophets come to prophesy, they don't care if people are getting mad. They don't care about that. They have to do their job, and their job is to do what? It's to forewarn the dangers that's coming to this planet. Okay? And the Lord is already showing us time after time. All right? Hold on, guys. Okay, it says, but the man would not tarry that night, but he rose up and departed and came over against Jebus, which is in Jerusalem. And there were with him 2 asses, 2 donkeys saddled. His concubine also was with him. And when they were Jebus, first thing is, look at this word concubine. Yeah, so basically, yeah, so let's get what this is. Concubine. A concubine is a woman who has sexual relationship with a man to whom she is not married, often with a subordinate social status to his wife or wives. Okay, so basically, like I said, the concubine is just a woman who have sexual advances with the man that she's dealing with. She's like basically a side chick. She's a second woman who basically, you know, she get fronted down from time to time. You understand? So like I said, I'm a kind of man where I dealt with women that had children, which is rarely, but when I did deal with them, I got rid of them. I didn't let them tell me. I didn't let them cut it off. I cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Because these women, you know, they start to get very, very impatient. They start to do stupid shit. As time goes on, they start to do shit that's not making sense. And once I see a woman that have kids already, I'm automatically gonna put you in that spot. I'm automatically. I'll take a chance on a woman that's single with no children. I'll take a chance on her because she don't know. You know, I'd rather take a chance, even though she may do shit too. But I'll take a better chance than her than a woman with kids. Okay, because I'm not gonna be there to raise or support her or her children. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that if it's not my own kids. I'm not doing that. I got me a wife. I got my children. So when I deal with these women, any signs, any indication that they start fucking them doing shit, I cast it off already. You know what I'm saying? So I dealt with women, the Judaic women that had children, play with her for a little while, got rid of her. I dealt with Puerto Rican, the Ephraimite women for a little while. I played with them, I got rid of her. I dealt with West Indian women who they're from the tribe of Benjamin. They have children. I dealt with them for a little while. I got rid of them. They all fuck up. I did Simeonite women. They got kids. They fuck up. They made bad decisions. All these women that I mentioned, they made bad decisions. I used them, not to say in a bad way, but I used them because I know I could get pussy from them. They was very easy to get. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus, if she digging you, those that like you like them. So it was a no-brainer. I didn't make it difficult for her. So at the end of the day, this is what decision I made. And once I started to see that they started entertaining or was being loyal to their feelings, and I'm not mad for a woman being loyal to her emotion. That's what she do. So I'm not going to argue with that. My point is that if she chooses her feelings over you, you're done. You understand? I'm not going to let you make decisions for me that I'm done. You're done. Because I'm not a stupid person. I had that experience from women growing up, dealing with young ladies when I was young. So I already know what to expect. So there's nothing new under the sun that I didn't see. Okay? There may be some things and other type of games they play that I may not put myself into, but I see it. I seen testimonies of people on what they do. So I played with you for a little while, and I tell women off the back, I say, yo, listen, I'm married, okay? And if I decide to do it, cool. If I don't, fuck it. You understand? I'm not out here just trying to fuck and just do fornication. No, I'm really trying to see if I can deal with you and build with you. If it doesn't go well, fuck it. You know? But at the end of the day, I don't want to keep putting myself in a situation that light because it's because I'm putting myself down. I'm putting myself under in a bad spot. And these women got all kind of men that they're dealing with, and you don't know. She's just dealing with you because she see forth that you the new dude, and she want to play with you and have fun with you. So you do it with her. Don't make any promises to her because she will use that against you. All right, hold on, guys. So guys, yeah. So I'm gonna finish reading this, but I'm gonna wait till later because I gotta set up. So I told you guys in a bit. All right, guys. So yeah. So this is an important announcement right here. So I'm back. I'm gonna finish reading over what I left off. This is from Judges 19, and this is talking about the woman that committed whoredom. Okay, and we're gonna see what happens with this. Okay. All right. This is let me read that. This is verse. Let me start at 5. It said, and it came to pass on the 4th day when they arose early in the morning, that he rose up to depart, and the damsel's father said unto his son-in-law, comfort thy heart with a morsel of bread, and afterward go your way. Verse 6, and they sat down and did eat and drink both of them together, for the damsel's father had said unto the man, be content, I pray thee, and tarry all night, and thy heart be merry. Verse 7, and when the man rose up to depart, his father-in-law urged him. Therefore he lodged there again. Verse 8, and he arose early in the morning on the 5th day to depart. And the damsel's father said, comfort thy heart, I pray thee. And they tarried until afternoon, and they did eat both of them. Hold on, y'all. Okay, it said verse 9, and when the man rose up to depart, he and his concubine and his servant, his father-in-law, the damsel's father, said unto him, behold, now the day draweth toward evening. I pray you tarry all night. Behold, the day groweth to an end. Lodge here, that thine heart may be merry, and tomorrow get you early on your way, that thou mayest go home. Verse 10, but the man would not tarry that night. He would not stay another night. He said, man, I'm not staying another night. I got to get out of here. He said, but he rose up and departed and came over against Jebus, which is in Jerusalem, and there were with him 2 asses saddled. His concubine also was with him. All right, and 2 donkeys. Verse 11, and when they were by Jebus, the day was far spent, and the servant said unto his master, come, I pray thee, and let us turn into the city of the Jebusites, the Jebusites, and lodge in it. Verse 12, and his master said unto him, we will not turn aside hither into the city of a stranger that is not of the children of Israel. Right, we will pass over to Gibeah. So he didn't want to get mixed with the strangers. He didn't want to get mixed with these other nations, because these nations are weird as hell. They got their own gods, their own deities. They worship not the Lord. They worship other things that's not of the Lord. So these are the things that they do, okay? Verse 13, and he said unto his servant, come and let us draw near to one of these places, to the lodge all night in Gibeah or in Ramah. Mm-hmm. Verse 14, and they passed on and went their way, and the sun went down upon them when they were by the Gibeah, which belonged to Benjamin. So they was in the land of Benjamin. Verse 15, and they turned aside thither to go in and to lodge in Gibeah. And when he went in, he sat him down in the street of the city, for there was no man that took them into his house to lodge in. Okay, because they ain't know nobody. They didn't know them. You know what I'm saying? But they knew they was Israelites, but they ain't know who they were still. Right? Verse 16, and behold, there came an old man from his work out of the field at even, which was also of Mount Ephraim, and he sojourned in Gibeah, but the men of the place were Benjamites. The men of that place were Benjamites. So you had Judah in the land of Benjamin. All right. No, he was a Levite. I'm sorry, he was a Levite, but he came to the land of Benjamin. Yeah, I believe he was a Levite. Let me see. Yeah. Hold on, let me see something. I think he's a Levite as well. Anyway, the point is, let me finish reading, right? It said, verse 16, and behold, verse 17, and when he had lifted up his eyes, he saw a wayfaring man in the street of the city, and the old man said, whither goest thou, and whence comest thou? So he said, where you going, and where did you come from? And he said to him, we are passing from Bethlehem, Judah, toward the side of Mount Ephraim. From thence am I, and I went to Bethlehem, Judah, but I am now going to the house of the Lord, and there is no man that receiveth me to house. Verse 19, yet there is both straw and provender of our asses, and there is bread and wine also for me, and for thy handmaid, and for the young man which is with thy servants. There is no want of anything. So he said he had everything he covered. He got wine, he got bread, food, clothes, all that. Verse 20, he said, and the old man said, peace be with thee. Howsoever, let all thy wants lie upon me. Only lodge not in the street. So he trying to say, we don't want you just lodging in the street. Just roaming in the street, because I don't really think they had hotels back then. It wasn't working. That wasn't working like that. You know what I mean? So, and I'm quite sure that when you're traveling, you don't know nobody in these places, in this area. People are like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna just let anyone just come up in our homes, because we don't know what you're capable of. We don't know if you are a killer, a robber, a thief. We don't know what kind of person you're. A pedophile, a sick bastard, a murderer, a serial killer. We don't know what you are. So you gotta be very mindful of who you let in your house. That's why I tell a lot of you women, man. A lot of you women like to bring a lot of people in your house. I know you bring too many people in your homes. Like, why you do that? Why are you bringing too many people in your homes? Why do you do that? That's dangerous, man. For your life, and your children's life. That's dangerous. You don't want to bring just any kind of random people. A lot of you men be thinking that everybody your friend. Yo, nah, come on, homie. Yo, come to the crib, son. Come to the crib. Everybody ain't your man. Everybody ain't your friend, man. Everybody not supposed to come in your sanctuary because people bring bad spirits there, man. That's why things keep happening, time in and time out, man. All right, Salakia. So these things happen because you're very hard-headed and you're very wicked, and all these things happen because you're not taking the proper protocol, or you're not trying to evaluate this person before they come into your home. This is your place, your safe haven. But at least this man was grateful and did that. He probably took a chance on him. Remember, he's talking to him, so basically he's interviewing him. They want to see how he is before you invite this man in his home. You know what I'm saying? Okay. He says, verse 21, so he brought him into the house and gave him provender unto the asses, and they washed their feet and did eat and drink. Verse 22, because you got to wash your feet when you come to the man's home, right? So today, the people who do it, they take all these sneakers and before they come in, because you don't walk all outside and shit, right? Verse 22, now, as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about. Right? Hold on, guys. Round about. And beat at the door, and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying, bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may know him. Right? And the man, the master of the house, went out unto them, and said unto them, nay, my brethren, nay, I pray you, do not so wickedly, seeing that this man is come into my house. Do not this folly. So now they want to get at him. Right? Verse 24, behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. Them I will bring out now, and humble ye them, and do with them what seemed good unto you. But unto this man do not so vile a thing. Verse 25, but the men would not hearken to him. So the man took his concubine and brought her forth unto them, and they knew of her, and abused her all night until the morning. And when the day began to spring, they let her go. They took her, did all kind of hideous things to her. Verse 26, then came the woman in the dawning of the day, and fell down at the door of the man's house, where her Lord was, till it was light. Verse 27, and her Lord rose up in the morning, and opened the doors of the house, and went out to go his way. And behold, the woman his concubine was fallen down at the door of his house, and her hands were upon the threshold. Verse 28, and he saw unto her, up, and let us be going. But none answered. Then the man took her up upon an ass, and the man rose up and gat him unto his place. Verse 29, and when he was come unto his house, he took a knife and laid hold on his concubine and divided her. And when he was come into his house, let me see, her up. Up, right, and divided her together with her bones into 12 pieces, and sent her into all the coasts of Israel. And it was so that all that saw it said, there was no such deed done nor seen from the day of the day that the children of Israel came up out of the land of Egypt until this day. Consider of it, take advice, and speak your minds. Wow. Yeah, guys, so, I apologize for that. Yeah, so, I was just getting a little bit more information. Yeah, so, the woman died. They raped her because it was a couple men in the town. They was troublemakers. And they was coming in. They saw them. And, the old man was like, man, look, just go ahead, take my virgin daughter and take her. And leave me the fuck alone, because we don't want no trouble. Because these men were demons, man. These men were evil men. They wanted to have sex with the Levite man as well, man. And he said, wait a minute, man. This man don't get down like that, man. We're not doing that, man. He said, if you may want to be evil, do what you like, but just take it on her. And they raped her all night to the morning. That's some fucked up shit. Because they got people that do that shit. They'll fuck you all night, all into the morning, hurt the girl, but that goes to, that goes to show, because she was very rebellious. She should have listened to her husband. You don't get mad, you just storm off. Who the hell you think you are? You just storm off. So now, he was trying to get his concubine back. You know what I'm saying? And he had to go through all this where she could have stayed her ass home. You know what I'm saying? So, it's wicked, man. If she would have stayed home, none of the shit probably would have never happened. But things had to happen because, they raped her. They raped her so much, man. They killed her, man, that the girl was dead, man. These are wicked niggas, man. She went with them niggas, man. And got done. They got done dirty. She should have said no and stayed her ass in that door with the older man and her husband. But she went with them, right? And was afraid, man. Fuck that, man. You ain't taking my concubine nowhere. That's how I would have probably handled it. But knowing that you coming to somebody else's neighborhood, you don't know how this shit running. And sometimes you go in there and then things, it's not in your favor, man. So, it is what it is, man. It's a messed up thing, man. Hold on, guys. Let me see something else. Yeah, guys. So basically, yeah, man. So this woman, she played the whore, man. She left, and you wanted to do whorish things, man. And when you go against your husband or whatever, and when you're doing these type of things, man, you're bound to get hurt out here in these streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you women think you could do what you want, and that's not how that goes, man. And you know what I'm saying? And because of all this stupidness she did, look at her. Now she died. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something about Levi, man. Levi is very, 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 very strong, man. This woman here in this building where I work at, and she had a home attendant. She's a fair, nice looking lady. The old woman speak, somewhat some English, whatever. This older Levite woman, and this Levite tenant she had, she would just keep looking at me. She was very heavy chested, So I looked, whatever, but I didn't really try to glance too long. And then, so I asked her, you speak English? And she's like, no, a little bit. And, so Levi didn't speak English too much. So I said, okay, whatever. So then the lady said, why you keep asking her? Why you keep asking her? Because I need to know, because I'm working here and she keeps standing over here. I don't want her to be over here. And she said, you like her? She got a husband. Her husband will kill you. I said, miss. Miss, I'm not even looking like that. I said, let me tell you something. I said, if that motherfucker come over here and want to kill, I'll put that nigga to death. Harder than what he do. Don't fuck with Judah. But Levi is very, very, Levi is very, very tough, man. She's just trying to make a point. Don't, because sometimes those women, older women, they give you warning. Or sometimes they don't want you to talk to them. They want talk to her. They want you to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that wasn't even the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that what the lady said. The lady said that Levi, I see a lot of Levites will do you in too, man. Especially here in Brooklyn. A lot of them be over there in Little Haiti. And when they be over there, man, with the Little Haiti and little Caribbean, where all the Benjamins be at, that's their little town area. And Judah, we live over here in this this is the Judah area. This is the Judite area. We share it with Ephraim and Simeon. So it's a mixture of everybody here too. But this is outside of Eastern York. Eastern York is primarily is primarily dominated by Judah. So a lot of Judah, Gad live here too. Judah, Gad, Ephraim, and Simeon, but more Judites. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say, sometimes these women be doing all this other shit, and the result that you do cause you to do these things. So he chopped her body up, and he sent all the pieces to the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, and that's it's a crime, man. But what is he gonna do with a dead body? You know what I'm saying? There was no judges at the time of the nation of Israel, so he had to let them know forth that there are perpetrators out here doing this type of shit, wicked men. So I'm quite sure men in that town knew that this nigga was wicked. So what I'm trying to say is, man, a lot of you women, man, you got to be very careful, man. And And a lot of y'all want to play the whore. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all. A lot of y'all want to play whores, and most of you having 2 or 3 men that you're talking to. You're not supposed to talk to no kind of fucking man. No kind of man. So when you do those things, man, you're bound to get hurt. You know, so like I said, I was told this Benjamin girl before I cut it off with her. It's not because I hate her, not because I'm disgusted. It's nothing else I can do for her. You know, as more as time as I've been patient with her, I mean, she got the truth. I explained it to her, and she just got to live her life with the truth. But one of the things that she do, she put herself into limbo, and I can't put my life around that. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't hate the girl. It's just that she did things where it was like yo, I'm like, yo, what's up with you, yo? Why you keep doing shit? And I'm looking at her, I'm like, those are traits and signs of a whore. She keep doing things. And whores do. They keep doing fucking things. It doesn't make sense. It's stupidity. You know, and somebody looking at her, I'm like, yo, man, I said, yo, man, this girl, you know, I don't wanna say, I'm not saying that she is in totality a whore, but the things she's done is showing forth that, you know, she's taking the attributes and the traits of a whore. So I'm like, why you keep doing that? You know, it just mind boggled me, and I just couldn't fathom it. You know, I'm like, just why? You know, just why? You know, and it's like, I don't hate the girl. I don't have this kind of shit in my heart. You know what I'm saying? And I just couldn't understand, like, what is the purpose of this? You know, I'm looking at her like, yo, do you realize what you're doing? I just look at her like, yo, you got a fresh start to do something right, man. You know, you got a fresh start to do something good with your life. And the Lord's giving you that. You know, and you know, sometimes, yeah, it will be, it seems like I'm kind of mean, kind of hard, but it's not that I'm trying to be mean on purpose. I'm just trying to, because I care for her to do right, man. It's like, damn, it's like, why you gotta keep doing these fucking things, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know why you guys gotta keep doing these things. You feel me? And it's tough. It's tough because when you see these things, man, you don't want people to lose their life or get hurt behind such things. You know what I'm saying? And I just couldn't fathom, like, why you keep doing shit? You know? Hold on, guys. So yeah, so I should be like, yo, why you keep doing these type of things, man? These things is fucking don't make any sense. And it's very dangerous, man, because you're putting your life in danger. You know, I just like, why you do that? And so I just had to dismiss myself from that, man. It was too much going on. Too much shit going on. Yeah, so she would do these things. It was just wasn't right, man. You know, I just couldn't understand it. I couldn't grasp it. So I would question her about these things. So, and I didn't even make a long, deep thought. I kept going deep into it. So I just like, what? Like, cause the first time that she did something was what she did. You know, I'm not gonna keep going into that. I left her alone. She was trying to hit me up. She was like, yo, this is what happened, boom, boom, boom. And she's like, can you do? I said, yeah, I blocked you. She said, oh, why you blocked me? I said, because you thought I was going to let you just do what you want, and that was going to, you know what I mean? Once she saw how it was, and she said, oh shit, I can't play with this guy like that. You know? But after a while, I would try to give her another chance, and I felt like that doing that was a big mistake, But I learned from that, you know what I'm saying? Because I cared, because I wanted to see her grow. You know what I'm saying? But then now, as time going on, she's growing to a degree, but then she's still doing other shit behind it. So I keep trying to be patient with her, and then after a while, my patience was done. And then, you know, like I said, I just had to let it go. If you want to be who you are and you want to do what you want, I can't stop you. You're already stuck in your ways. You gotta do what you want. But I will not be there to see what goes down or something happen, or I should be there as a cry on the shoulder. I can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you see shit like that in life, you gotta leave. People got so much drama and stuff. People can get you involved with shit and you can lose your life. I'm not saying that's what the case was, but I was playing Russian roulette because she had people coming in. I'm not saying she had a lot of people. She had people coming in and out. I don't know what the fuck she doing when I'm not there. So when I come, I'm making sure that I'm good. You know? But then I don't know who's coming over there or who's trying to do what over there. And after the day, she told me that dude came over there. He was bugging out. He was banging his head on a thing and he was leaking blood. And I'm like, why you got this man in your house knowing that he was crazy? And you gonna bring this nigga over here? Because the same night I was supposed to go over there and meet you and spend time with you, and then I couldn't make it. Then you had to do that, and then she had the nerve to tell me that. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I had to let her go, because enough was enough of that bullshit. And then I still was dealing with her, and I'm quite sure she did fuck him. You know, she probably didn't. But I don't put it past the girl, man. So this bitch, she was just too much, man. It was too fucking much. Too much problem. I ain't never met a person that had so much fucking problems like that. It's crazy, man. You know? So I had to cut it off from my life, man. I didn't want that shit no more in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. And then she kept figuring that, oh, she can have her way because I do this. And then she's trying to flip the script on me and saying, oh, damn, you decide when you want to do things, you crazy. I'm like, I'm not crazy. It's the fact that when I'm ready, I'll do it. Because I already know that you're not going to override me. You're not going to control me. That don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't want to listen. You want to do what you want. You're rebellious. So guess what's going to happen? Now you're done. You know, but the final straw was the day when I caught her in that car with that dude. That was the final straw. And it ain't had to take much for me to say anything, because she done things already to this magnitude. So there was none that she could tell me. I don't care what she did. She was wrong, that was that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm quite sure she got over it. I'm quite sure she found someone that has someone to do, you know, once you find someone, you get over it. But I gotta say this because you guys, when you see shit like this in your life, you gotta get these people out of your life, man. You can't sit there and harbor and feel sorry for someone because they in the truth as well. But they keep doing wrong and sinful things and they're not apologizing and they ain't trying to be sincere. You gotta let them go, man. And how many times that the nation of Israel had done wickedness all the time to the Lord? He's still forgiving us. You know what I'm saying? I forgive the girl what she did, but we cannot build like it once was. It's never gonna be that same. Cause she destroyed that. You know what I'm saying? She destroyed that. And every time I was forgiving her, and she just kept going on and on and on. It would be cool, then she'll act up. It would be cool, she'll act up. She'll be cool, she'll act up. She wasn't even seeing the patterns of what she was doing. You know what I'm saying? She just only going by as, oh, we cool now, so we good. Then, no, fuck that. We not good. So that's why you gotta treat them like that. And I'm not putting myself in that situation. I'm never gonna put myself in a situation again. You know? So yeah, so guys, man, be very careful, man. Be careful who you put in your life and who you know, and evaluate the women, man, because a lot of these women, we got a lot of shit going on and you not understanding. Yeah, men got shit going on too because they learned those fucking traits from a fucking woman. You know, a lot of niggas, that's why it stems from y'all. So because you don't have no direction. You're just free and you want to freelance and go and do what you want. There's no order with y'all. There's no structure. You know, so, you know, hey man, it is what it is. Shalom.